Harpswell SelectBoard meeting of Wednesday, February 25th. We'll start with Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ready. Adoption of the agenda. I see nothing new. Authorization of the warrants.
I move we authorize those warrants.
I second that we authorize them.
No discussion. All in favor?
Great.
Recommendation to restrict weight on town roads.
Yes, so the town of Harpswell has an ordinance that was adopted by the select board because it pertains to roads, and you're able to restrict the weight on town roads as we're coming out of the winter season and the roads are kind of thawing out, and it's all to protect the investment that the town has made in these roads. So the road commissioner is recommending that he begin posting or have them posted as soon as this Friday, and that it carry through to April 30th unless there's a decision to lift it sooner. Now, as long as temperatures are below freezing, then it doesn't apply.
It's 42 degrees today.
But he is recommending that we do this. He's been in consultation with the town of Brunswick, and they started posting their roads already. This is a little bit sooner for us. We're usually sometime in March, early to mid-March, but this is his recommendation. So we just want to make sure there's consensus from the board to move forward with that.
You
And
want to vote or a nod?
a vote is fine. that
Okay,
you-
I move we do it.
I second we do it.
All in favor? We
Great.
did it.
There you go.
And then you have to sign the stack of
Yeah.
notices, so the town is
In case
required.
anybody's wondering what selectmen might do, this pile of
Yeah, you
signs
wonder
needs
what we
to...
actually do.
Yeah, we color.
We could do.
They are required to
Too
be
bad we
up on the
couldn't post
road.
123.
Every one of those needs to
And
be
I
signed.
do think it's important to say that we do,
We can't post the Harbor Road either.
we do not have authority, to post any state roads,
That's the
so,
Harbor Road 24 and 123, correct?
and Mountain Road.
In Mountain Road.
Yeah,
okay.
24.
yeah. And we also do not have any authority to post private roads, so these are strictly our town roads. And we will post something on our website
I did
about
note
this,
one
so
here.
people will
Yeah,
have an
they do
awareness.
River's Road. It's a dirt road.
Friday, yep. Assuming the sign is up on the road.
Yep.
They can get them all up.
We checked with Harley.
Yeah, I think Harley is slated to do it, so.
Last year, we had 4.
Yeah, last year, I think the road commissioner just recommended the gravel roads
Yeah.
and not necessarily all of the roads. But this year, his recommendation is for all roads. Great.
All right. Next, consider proposed LD 2174 to act to replace main waterway development and consider act with the main renewable energy associated with Transmission Development and Conservation Act. At this point, Matt Gillies going to take over.
There's a bill in the legislature that's looking to streamline the permitting process for renewable energy projects of 5 megawatts or more, and it undermines local control and streamlines the permitting process through the Department of Environmental Protection, and it gives them 105 days to make a decision, and if they don't make a decision, the permit is automatically approved. This is a major shift from how projects are permitted now, and it severely limits local input to that of the public comment period during the permitting process. So I've written up, do you want me to read the letter?
Up to you, if you want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll read it.
It's an excellent letter. I would
Put a lot
love
of
to.
work into it.
Yeah,
Read it.
I wrote up some testimony that I'll read here. Dear Senator Tepler, Representative Schmersall,
That sounds good.
and members of Joint Standing Committee on Environmental and Natural Resources. My name is Matt Gillian. I serve as a member of the Select Board in Harpswell. I live in Harpswell and make my living on the water as a commercial fisherman. I'm here on behalf of the Harpswell Select Board to testify in opposition of LD 2174. We want to make clear from the outset, we are not opposed to renewable energy. Maine should pursue clean energy, strengthen grid reliability, and reduce long-term costs for ratepayers. But this bill does not simply modernize permitting, it fundamentally shifts land use authority away from local communities and concentrates it at a state level in a way that is deeply concerning. One of the first things it does is it undermines local control and the home rule that is laid out in Maine's Constitution. Zoning and land use planning have long been core municipal responsibilities. Towns like Harpswell have adopted land use ordinances after years of public process, hearings, and compromise. Those ordinances reflect local geography and environmental constraints, working waterfront needs, and community character. This bill explicitly prevents municipalities from enacting or enforcing ordinances that prohibit siting of large renewable projects, adopting standards stricter than the state law, or using a moratorium to pause or study impacts. This is not coordination, this is preemption. Communities most affected by these projects would be reduced to submitting comments while the Department of Environmental Protection becomes the sole permitting authority. For towns with fragile coastlines, fishery, tourism economies, and limited infrastructure, that loss of meaningful local authority is significant. The bill requires the Department of Environmental Protection to issue a decision within 105 working days, and if it fails to do so, the permit is deemed approved automatically. This is a major policy shift. Large-scale renewable projects and transmission corridors can have complex impacts, both environmental, economic, and community-wide. Automatic approval if an agency misses a deadline prioritizes speed over scrutiny. That may reduce delay, but it also increases the risk of inadequate review. In a state where natural resources are the backbone of our economies, fisheries, tourism, and forestry, the trade-off deserves careful reconsideration. Under this bill, only abutters or formal interveners may appeal an approved permit that narrows standing and could exclude community members who are meaningfully impacted but do not fit into one of these categories. When a project may permanently alter a landscape, a transmission corridor, or a working waterfront region, access to judicial review is not an obstruction, it is a safeguard. Maine is a geographically diverse state. What works in an industrialized corridor may not work in a rural coastal town like Harpswell or an inland lake region or a historic village. By prohibiting municipalities from adopting standards stricter than state law, the bill assumes that a single state-wide regulatory framework is sufficient for all regions. That ignores the reality that some communities face unique environmental and economic vulnerabilities. In Harpswell, for example, our economy depends heavily on fishing, aquaculture, and tourism, and the preservation of our coastal character. Large infrastructure projects can affect viewsheds, access routes, and working waterfront viability. Local ordinances exist to balance development with long-term sustainability. This bill applies to only projects that are 5 megawatts and larger. That threshold captures utility scale developments, not small distribution. If the goal is clean energy expansion, Maine should prioritize rooftop and distributed solar, brownfield development, previously disturbed lands, and incentives for local generation tied to a local benefit. Instead, this bill streamlines approval of large-scale projects while limiting local oversight, a structure that may favor out-of-state developers over Maine communities. The bill requires the Department of Environmental Protection to consider economic benefits and renewable energy output, but there is no requirement that the electricity must remain in Maine, that the communities receiving these upgrades receive meaningful long-term compensation, or the ratepayers are guaranteed to see cost reductions. Local impacts are certain, projected statewide benefits are not. Maine can lead on renewable energy without sidelining its municipalities. We can modernize permitting without stripping communities of authority. We can accelerate development while maintaining rigorous review and meaningful local impact. This bill goes far too far in concentrating power at the state level, limiting local standards, narrowing appeals, and creating automatic approvals. The Harpswell Select Board respectfully urges the committee to vote ought not to pass or substantially amend this bill to restore meaningful municipal authority and remove the automatic approval provision. Thank you.
Wow.
Good job.
Thanks.
And the public hearing is this afternoon
Yeah,
on this
it's
bill,
in
which is,
50 minutes.
yeah.
15.
50 at 1.
I move that we submit this letter, and I will gladly put my signature on it.
Thank you.
We need a vote? Or-
I would, I think so.
All right,
Yeah.
you just made a motion.
You want me to, I'll second it, even though I wrote it.
Well, fine,
Yep, all in favor? There.
great.
I don't think there's a conflict of interest there.
No.
No. Huh. Public comment?
Come to sign one.
Oh, the
Do you have a
gentleman
public
want to
comment?
speak?
No hands raised.
No? All right, in that case, we're adjourned.
Right.
Just